Well, first of all, I'd like to acknowledge Veterans Day and thank all of our veterans who attended tonight and all our veterans all over the country and who have helped protect our freedoms so we could have the ability to be at a basketball game tonight here in Houston. So just want to show all of our appreciation to our veterans, and we feel a lot of gratitude for them. Tough night for the Cougs. We had, it's easy to look at the stat sheet and see where our problems exist right now, and so turning it over way too much, missing way too many layups, and having to struggle at the free throw line right now. So eventually the pressure so much on the defense that it finally cracked there in the fourth quarter. And so we are a work in progress, have to get better, and just have to do a great job coaching this team up and realizing it's the third game of the season, and we just have to think about constant improvement every day, and that's what we'll do. And I want to say credit to Rice. They played with tremendous hustle and heart and made some impressive plays out there. So credit to Rice. They did a good job.
Coach, 8 of the 10 players that played today, eight of them at least had one turnover. Was that the Rice defense, or was that just a little bit of confusion on the offensive end? How much of it was you guys, and how much of it was Rice's defense?
Well, Rice had a very good game plan and were very aggressive, and I thought executed well. And so you give credit to them. They played hard. We did not execute well, and we just continued to keep the ball on one side of the floor. We worked hard. Listen, the reality is we have worked very hard to try to build some defensive fundamentals and defensive schemes that are disruptive, and our offense is behind our defense right now. And so that's on me, and that's not on the players. That's we have to go to work on our offense, but we just kept it on one side of the floor, kept dribbling into occupied gaps with our head down and with no plan whatsoever. And we just have to get our players comfortable to get the ball from side to side and be patient. We're trying to hurry everybody else up on the other end, and then we're in a hurry on the offensive end. And so a lot of that's coaching, and I have to do a better job. And we're determined to continue to improve, and I think the players will respond.
Coach, what can you do to improve making layups?
It's layup technique. And so to the average eye fan out there watching, we're just missing a bunch of layups. But we teach layup technique and how to shoot layups, and we're not. That's not carrying over from our practice of the game, and so that's my job. I have to get that done. We did not have a lot of toughness around the rim tonight. And we looked like we were more at a prayer meeting than we were a basketball game. We were throwing up a bunch of prayers there, and then the players start thinking about all these external factors, and that this is happening and that's happening. When we got in and made a run and cut it to 3 after we were down, I think 14 or 12 or 14. We came back and cut it to 3. We focused in on our shooting technique and our toughness around the rim, and then after that run, we started going back to what had gotten us in a bad spot before. So it's you have to get to the right position with the right technique. And if you're not open, you have to get out of there and get the ball moving. And so we go in and shoot too many contested shots around the rim. We're not a real big team, and we shoot off balance. And so that's coaching. We have to just coach the players and hold them accountable for that, and just get them in the mindset. We just cannot afford to take those shots. And also, it just puts so much stress on our transition defense when you miss layups, because a lot of those guards that are driving to the basket are in charge of getting the ball stopped, and then it just starts to the problems start to compound when you take those bad shots. And so we will, stay focused on that, show them film, go back to work, and we have plenty of opportunity to correct our mistakes.
Coach, you had 10 rebounds from TK, 14 from KK. As a coach, that's probably something you'd love to see from your guards, but that's nearly half of the team's total rebounds just from 2 players. How much more would you like to see out of your bigs on that front?
Well, we have to. I'm not looking for any one person to stand out. We have to team rebound, and I thought the bigs had a good night boxing out, and we weren't perfect. Now I have to go back and look at the film, but I thought the rebounding effort was much improved and worked hard. And so tonight, to me it was not about rebounding. It was about turnovers. Number one, it was about layups, and it was about free throws. And you won't be able to convince me that we're that poor of a free throw shooting team. And we'll just stay with it and have faith that the players have good form. They have a good routine. We just have to focus in and do a better job there. So it's early in the season, small sample size, and I just believe we'll be a good good free throw shooting team. And then we can control what layups we take, and then we can control being more responsible for how we take them and make more of those. And the turnovers, it'll take me a long time to be convinced that we can improve in that. I just believe we can improve in that.
With it being the first loss of the season, how determined would you say the team is to bounce back, and what kind of spirits are they in?
Well, we talked after the game about how this is a real process that we're in, and we talked about after the 2 wins that we were still needed to stay focused on the process, and so the results definitely matter. You want to win every game, but you cannot lose focus of the process. And so we're very disappointed to lose to Rice. We wanted to beat Rice. I thought there were a lot of moments where you saw tremendous physical effort from the team. We just have to get more focused with our effort. And our defensive effort was we were exerting energy, but it was not focused energy, and just made too many mistakes there. And then just told them we have to go to work and improve on our offense. And I believe we have some good speed, some good quickness, some good athleticism. We've just got to acquire more skill, get our head up, get our eyes up, and make the reads. And so that's I believe they'll be determined. I thought we had, from an attitude standpoint, I thought we had 2 really good days of practice to get ready for Rice. I was proud of that. And so as long as you keep a great attitude and you keep showing up with great effort, I believe they're the kind of players that can improve.
Coach, now I know you were trying to figure things out tonight, but is playing pretty much quite a few players, is that a part of your philosophy, or it was just you trying to figure things out tonight? And then, 2, what do you think about Kendall Hunter's performance tonight as well?
Yeah, well, there's a couple of things. One, we are trying to figure things out, and we're trying to see, what combinations work. Tonight we got in foul trouble, and it was necessary to. We really worked hard to try to talk to our team about how Rice at the end of the clock is really aggressive, and they're good players. They draw those fouls, but we just fouled so much deep in the clock when I think those shots were not going to fall. They're a bit out of control shots. I think the whole purpose is to go in and draw the foul. And we're just not, at this point in time, experienced or locked in to play against that. And so we got into some foul trouble that necessitated us going deeper into the rotation. But also I'm happy that we can get players in the game so we can figure out what we have. These games are very important, but your season's going to be the story's going to be told in January and February is when you're going to have a chance to try to compete in March. And so I was happy to get a look at all the players, and I thought everybody had some some good contributions at times, and so we'll just continue to build and work, and we just have to get better.
Coach, despite the amount of missed free throws, is just the amount of fouls that you drew, is that something you can take with you going forward offensively as something, maybe that could be a strong suit for this team?
Yeah, I think so. I think if we can start, if we can get the turnovers down and get into positions where we can attack the basket, I think it could be a real strength for the team. So, again, a lot of physical effort from our team tonight. Even you look at the last couple possessions when, it was going to be hard to come back from 14 points. We're getting multiple offensive rebounds. They're still hustling and giving effort. And so we just got to get that focused in, and I believe in them and believe they can do it.
Coach, tonight your team only attempted the three-point shot 10 times. Is attempting the three-point shot like a point of emphasis more in the future?
Well, I think one of the products of that is we turned it over 23 times. So that's 11 too many that take away shot attempts from you. And so I think for us, we just need to increase our shot quality, whether they're twos or threes, and that's the bottom line. And so I don't. We're trying to get them to move the ball and get our feet in the paint and get inside out threes. And so I'm not real concerned on a number right now. We are not thinking about statistics so much as we are trying to play better and trying to make the right reads and just get our skill level higher. And so we're going to do whatever it takes to win. And if we end up and we analyze that we need to take 25 threes or 30 threes, we'll do what we need to do to win and play to our strengths. But right now, that's not a stat that really concerns me a whole lot. Thanks, everybody. Go Cougs.